What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another TheeSportsScoop video, and we are coming back at you with another 7-round team mock draft. I just did the Kansas City Chiefs, did a 7-rounder on them, so if that is posted before this, make sure you go check that out. Make sure to go check out some of the other 7-round mock drafts we've done. More content to come, but this should be out on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm Keen McDermott. Welcome back. Today we are doing a New England Patriots, as you saw by the title and thumbnail, 7-round mock draft, going over all of their picks in the 2022 NFL draft. Obviously very interesting. The Patriots at kind of a weird time. They're not necessarily contenders, but they can make the playoffs, and they are arguably third in the division now. So the draft's going to be pretty big for them in terms of how they can improve this team, because they really did not do much in the offseason. I would say they missed out on a lot of opportunities to get a receiver, Amari Cooper, running back, etc. But quickly before we get into the actual mock draft, bear with me as I let you know, remind you, if you're a viewer of the channel, you have heard this many times, but if you are new to the channel, we are going to be live for the 2021. We were live for the 2021 draft. We're going to be live on April 28th, Thursday. So this will be posted most likely on Tuesday or Wednesday. Thursday, April 28th, we will be live for the entire first round of the NFL draft. We have been preparing for this for weeks, getting graphics, setting up the stream, everything like that, making it hopefully the best experience for you guys as viewers and for us as the analysts and hosts. But it will be me, Keen McDermott, Dylan Schaum, Serge Crowley, and Charlie Nidell, all in person. We will be starting the pre-draft coverage at 7 to 7:15 p.m. Eastern, and then that will lead us right into the draft as it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it will be live for every single pick of the first round. And then obviously the pre-draft coverage will be going over our big board, going over top 5 position rankings, obviously talking to you guys in the live chat. So there's definitely stuff in it for you guys. We will be talking to you live and obviously responding to comments that come in the chat, just kind of chopping it up about the draft. It's going to be a ton of fun, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you do not miss out. We will be live on YouTube, so we'll be live right here. If you subscribe here, you will not miss the stream, but it would mean the absolute world to us if you did come say what's up. We love to see new viewers and stuff like that. Let us know if you saw this mock draft. Let us know how you found out about the stream, but we'll be live for every pick. We have a ton of graphics, different interactive stuff, so make sure you come say what's up. But without further ado, let's get into the draft. All right, so New England Patriots. Sorry, someone tried to log into our Google account, so I had to figure that out. But back to the draft. So the Patriots, a ton of picks in this year's draft. They obviously have, again, quite a few picking at the end of the first, and then they obviously have kind of 21 to 54 as kind of the impact picks. But as you can see, all of them here, we'll be breaking down each one. And at number 21, I picked who I think would be the best fit for the Patriots, and that's Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. Look, fantastic in coverage, the best coverage linebacker. My linebacker one in this class. I have him significantly ahead of any other guy. I think Devin Lloyd is kind of a do-it-all linebacker. He can blitz, get in the gaps, can stop the run game, can blitz the quarterback, and is very, very effective in coverage. And I think for a Patriots defense that we know every year is good, but is lacking a little bit of what they did when they were contenders, I think Devin Lloyd brings a ton. They obviously released Kyle Van Noy again. Dante Hightower, I believe, is not on the – I might be completely wrong. For some reason, I don't think he's on the team. I think he is, though. But let me know what you think let me know down below if I am wrong. But Devin Lloyd, I think, would be the perfect fit, especially for a Bill Belichick-like guy, a big, imposing linebacker in that system, a guy who can play call, a guy who is very, very good and adept at learning systems. I think it would be a great pick, I think Devin Lloyd is one of those linebackers who can kind of do it all, kind of a jack of all trades. And then again, it's kind of that elite upside of pass coverage, which I think the Patriots would love to see. Obviously, we know how good of a secondary they have, or how good they have been. Maybe not as good anymore. But talking about secondary, we go to pick 54, where I had them take one of my favorite corners in the class, and that's Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati. Definitely a lot of people would see it as a reach here at 54, but I didn't really see much else that I liked on the board. I kind of saw it as, why not? And we can go to all picks here. We'll scroll down to the second round, because that's where I picked him at. at 54, the Patriots. And again, there's Perrion Winfrey, Travis Jones, who I could have went for a defensive guy, but I ended up going with Kobe Bryant, and a Kenneth Walker was here. And the reason I went with Kobe Bryant is because I think this guy is one of the most underrated, let me go to the user picks, one of the most underrated corners in this class. I think this guy could be elite, and I think he will be elite, and I think he will be the guy who a ton of people are going to be like, oh, why didn't we take him? He won the cornerback award over Sauce Gardner at Cincinnati. I'm not sure what the award was. I believe it was in their division for the best cornerback. His ball skills, he plays receiver. Like he runs the routes the receivers run, sometimes even better than them. So his ball skills are fantastic. Very good man in zone. I think he would fit a system in the Patriots where they need him to play all sides. He can play on the X. He can play in the slot. I believe he's 5'11". He might be 6. I'm not sure what his attributes are. Yeah, 6'2", excuse me. So big cornerback. Cincinnati produced huge corners. I think he has that ideal size. Then at 85, I had them go for Wandel Robinson out of Kentucky, another underrated player who I absolutely love. Again, does this necessarily address their pressing need at wide receiver? No, but it gives them an elite, speedy slot guy out of Kentucky. And if you watch him this year in college football, just one of the most shifty players out there. Really hard to tackle. Kind of reminds you of the Kadarius Toney last year. And a guy I think this guy could be a early second round pick. I have that value on him. Obviously, he won't be. I believe this guy will be a day 3. But I think he's great. I really like Wandale Robinson. I think in terms of value, wherever he goes, if he does end up going that day 3, I think the teams will be ecstatic to get him. I'm a massive fan of Wandale Robinson. I think he brings so much in terms of versatility. Can motion him outside. More of a slot receiver, but I think he can play as the X, just a little bit smaller. I believe he's 5'10". Or so. Yeah, exactly, 5'10". So not tiny. I mean, we see Jalen Waddle kind of play as that X guy, but big fan of Wandale Robinson. I think it would be a great pick. Then at 127, I doubled up on corner, and I went with Martin Emerson out of Mississippi State, another underrated guy, a guy who can kind of go in as a day 1 starter, very lengthy corner and very good at the point of attack. If you watch him at Mississippi State, very lengthy. I believe he's 6'1", so you get 2 big guys with him and Kobe Bryant. And no, not necessarily elite corners in this class, but I do think they are still very talented when it comes to ball skills. And I think that's what the Patriots want, is corners with ball skills. You obviously lost J.C. Jackson, so they're going to try and fill that hole. So I'm a big fan of Martin Emerson out of Mississippi State. I think he offers a bunch, and I think, again, very good value pick. And I think, all the guys, and I'll go into Justin Ross next, their first 5 picks I think could all be starters, and even maybe Cade Mays, who we'll go into. They're arguably every single one of these picks could be starters on that team. So I really like the draft that I got with the Patriots. Then at 158, I went with Justin Ross out of Clemson. I mean, if you guys are college football fans, obviously a ton of love for Justin Ross. He obviously had that health issue that took him out of the game, came back, and obviously has fallen a bunch. This guy would be a first-round pick if those health problems didn't happen. Obviously, he's a massive guy. I believe he's 6'3", 6'4", was fantastic when Trevor Lawrence was there. He's a guy who can be a wide receiver 1 in an NFL team, and you get a smaller guy like Wandale Robinson and Justin Ross, those are your receivers for the future if they pan out. I love Justin Ross. Again, kind of that classic big receiver, X receiver, very good at the point of attack, very good at pinpointing the ball, very good at going up and getting it, and I think, again, it just would be a great pick for a Patriots team that's really lacking a young elite receiver and have been for a very long time. And then at 170, I had them take Tennessee inside offensive lineman Cade Mays. Very powerful offensive lineman. Very good at planting his feet in the pass game. Not much to say here. I think the Patriots have classically been very good at drafting offensive linemen late, and I think Cade Mays could be that gem that they find. Again, another guy, I'm a big fan of all these guys, but Cade Mays I think would be a very much value pick at 170, can sit for a year, can be a backup, and I think offers versatility in the interior of the offensive line to play left guard, right guard, and center. I'm not sure what his versatility is like at the tackle spot, but again, because I believe he's not as tall, I believe so 6'5", he's tall, 6'4", but big fan of Cade Mays out of Tennessee. Actually a 5-star recruit, fun fact, out of high school. And then at 200, I had them go with, again, another very underrated guy who can play safety and corner, and that's Verone Mckinley out of Oregon. I had, in my Chiefs mock draft, them go Mikael Wright, the corner out of Oregon, but Verone Mckinley, obviously very cool name, but also offers a bunch as a safety. He can play strong and free safety. I believe he doesn't have ideal weight, if I'm wrong. 5'11", 193, so he's a little bit of a bigger guy. But in terms of safety, I think the McCourty brothers, obviously one is no longer on the Patriots, but Devin McCourty I think is aging considering retirement, Verone Mckinley could be that potential replacement for him at the safety position. And again, I think just in terms of value, it would be a fantastic pick to go and get McKinley out of Oregon at 200. I think that would be a great pick. Then at 210, I had them go Tyler Algier. I don't know how to say it. Comment down below how you say it. Alliager, I would think, but there's no E after the two L's, out of BYU. He's the classic small, bulky running back. And I know Damian Harris will still be that main guy, but you get two guys to pound the rock with, and Alliager could be that red zone threat. Really, really good, tough, gritty runner out of BYU. Again, low center of gravity, big, just buff running back who I think could offer a bunch. I don't even know if he's over 5'10". I don't think he is. I could be wrong, though, and it's not letting me click his... Oh, excuse me, because I was clicking the wrong thing. It was 5'11". He actually is a lot bigger than I thought. 5'11", 220. So he's an absolute brick of a guy and very fast. One of the more underrated running back prospects. I think a sleeper going into next season. And I would love to see... Again, I wouldn't love to see the Patriots get anyone good because I'm a Giants fan. But I do think it would be a great pick, especially for your last pick in the draft. The upside he has is great. Obviously, if Damian Harris somehow doesn't pan out, which I don't think will happen, Gayer will be that guy. So again, massive fan of what he can bring. And I think out of BYU, we had a ton of production with them the past few years. So again, I think it would be a very, very good pick. And again, a value pick. And I think that's the trend with the Patriots here. You didn't get, besides Devin Lloyd, there's no standout guys, but a lot of them are players who I could see starting week one and making a big, big impact. So I didn't let the bias of me hating the Patriots get into this mock draft. But I hope you guys did enjoy the draft. Let me know what you think down below. Again, April 28th, live for round one. Make sure you guys tune in. Do not miss out. We will be live going over it all. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what the picks you agree with, what you don't agree with. Obviously, in the comments down below, we love to talk draft with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Keane McDermott. Follow us on social media at TheeSportsScoop, TikTok, and Instagram if you want to get in touch with us over there. We will be more than happy to. So thank you so much for watching. Keane McDermott, The Sports Scoop. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.